Are we getting better? Are we getting better? We are getting better, absolutely, because we just had music at the beginning of a Triple C call. How about that then? And welcome to everyone. Also to all you lovely people from Slovenia. You are having a Slovenian interpreter here for the very first time this evening. So to our illustrious list of interpreters, all your favorite ones, we can now add Martina, who's going to be doing the job. Welcome to Martina and welcome to all you Slovenian people. And listen, congratulations to Pasquale. You know, we've had Pasquale on the call a couple of times, haven't we? And you've all met him, 6-star, hello, and doing the Corsair days in Slovenia. There's his team being built up, and it's gotten to the stage now where there's enough of our Slovenian partners to warrant an interpreter. So that's how it's done, everyone. If you're in a country where there is not yet an interpreter for these calls, you know what you have to do. Build up your team, hold a Corsair day, and we'll get you an interpreter. That's a promise. Here we go. We've got a great call for you this evening. I've only asked the best, the very best of the best to be on the call this evening. I'm really looking forward to it. And we've got great subjects for you, important subjects for you. I'm going to start off with the very first subject. And it's something that was announced in Helsinki. We covered the great event in Helsinki and Kaipala in the last call in June. And this evening, we're going to tell you about something that is taking effect from July the 17th onwards, which you've heard about. The leaders have been sharing the news with you. And we've got someone here who you've heard from before, heard from a couple of times. I love working with this young man. Did you know that our youngest ever 6-star wanted to be a pilot before he started off with Corsair? And I think he actually started his pilot's license. I'm not 100% sure about that, but he did start his pilot's license. And instead of flying up into the sky, he went flying up the ranks of the Corsair Connect compensation plan. And now he's a 6-star. And I'm going to hand it over to him. You know who I'm talking about. It's Ricardo Tadai. Over to you, Ricardo. Off you go.
And here we are, Elliot. What a great introduction. You are always the number one with this, and you always surprise me. But you are absolutely right. I was studying to become a pilot, license, and everything for 4 years. And after, here we are. Corsair Connect, Corsair Group International, business, network marketing, sustainability, blockchain. Yes. Thanks for having me, Elliot. Tonight, I'm more than happy to share with you an important topics. Yes, so I'm sharing right now my screen. I can see Jean-Luc. You can see my screen, Jean-Luc? Perfect. Yes, why? Because in Helsinki, we introduce a new simplified entry model. Zero activation costs, just one simple requirement. This requirement is basically a minimum production. You are starting a new business, you are selling, you are doing revenue as a partner. We have a new 4-week rule. That's how I call it. Basically, every 4 weeks is required to achieve a minimum production of $100 in personal sales in our first line or personal purchase. After we're going to speak about it. But come on, the only rule to be part of this business is selling an average of $25 per week. Now, if you hit the target, commission flow normally, your rank stays locked, all bonus that you have right now continue, and you reset for the next 4 weeks. If you miss the target, the commission pass to the next qualified above you. You lose payout until you hit the $100 in sales. When you do hit the $100, you get 4 more weeks, then reset the cycle. Don't worry, now I'm going to clarify with more example, even better. You don't lose nothing, you don't lose rank, you don't lose the bonus that you achieved already, just a single payout. For example, weeks 1-4, let's say from Helsinki till this Saturday, 17th of July. You didn't achieve the $100 of personal sales. So starting from Saturday morning, you will lose your payout, your commission. Weeks number 5 or weeks number 6 or 7, still waiting. You didn't achieve your $100 target. Maybe, let's say, in 4 weeks from now, 5 weeks from now, 1 month from now, when you hit whatever, the $100, commission restart for other 4 weeks from that point. So you hit the $100 target and bam, 4 weeks ahead with all the payout and all the commission. It's really critical point. Keep in mind, you lose commissions only until you hit $100 on your first level of personal sale, not for a full month. Once you sell $100, again, the clock resets. Really easy, I think. Now, I'm a new partner. Jean-Luc spoke with me about this business. I really like it. And I decided to join the Jean-Luc team to develop my business globally. So I'm in my startup phase. And in my startup phase, as a new partner, 0 star, nothing, just started the business, I have 2 main objectives, 2 main targets to achieve. The primary one is the direct sales. I'm a new, I just joined the business. What I want to do? I want to speak with my parents, with my close friends, with my friends or family members around me. And what I do at the beginning, I sell a lot because everyone around me is free, is available, is a potential client. And come on, are you telling me that it's difficult to hit in your first phase, startup phase, the $100 every 4 weeks? I'm honest with you. I'm really honest with you. I never sold in my life less than $200 personally. The smallest package when I was 18 years old and I started this business.
Elliot, is it me or is blocked?
I cannot hear him either. Ricardo, you still there?
Yeah,
You
you are.
froze.
You hear me?
We hear you now. Yeah, can you go back
Okay,
to
thank you.
the smallest package that you ever sold?
Yeah, I ever sold was like $200, not less. But I was 18 years old. Now I'm selling, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. It's different.
I think you froze again, Ricardo. Connection problems, Ricardo? Yes. That's unusual because Ricardo's got the same background as he always has, but this is the first time I ever see him frozen like this. And now I think he's gone. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm the next one up with the training. I don't have slides. Andrea, do me a favor. Please send Ricardo a message saying he should look out for his connection.
Is
And
there.
He
is
came
it
back.
back?
He came back.
I think I fix it. I should fix it. So
You
sorry.
think you fixed it?
I think so.
Well, you carry on.
Okay, so let's go a bit faster because I lost some minutes. Now, again, is your primary goal is to sell when you start your business, and your primary income are the Unilevel bonus. From day one till third star, fourth start, your main goal is to sell. That's what you do. So achieving $100 is super easy. Now, obviously, we are not sellers, and that is no, we are networkers. Our secondary goal is to recruit people, to build a networks, a commercial department. So what I'm going to do at the same time, not only sell, is to find 3 new partners, get them to the first star, because this will create my network income. So let's have some scenario about how this $100 impact my business. My first scenario is where when I start from the first month to the fourth month, okay? My main target is to sell. That's what I do. I speak with my friends, close friend, and it's really easy to achieve $100. So let's say that in the weeks number 1 to weeks number 4, I will sell a total amount of $1,500. I hit the target, commission flowing, rank locked, all good. Now we move forward from weeks number 5 to weeks number 8. And in this period, I'm going to sell $4,500. I hit the target, commission flowing, rank locked, all good. Weeks number 9 to 12, $3,000 of sales, commission flowing, all good. This is the safe path. So I qualified myself with the $100 and I'm receiving my commission. But what happened? Realistic. It could be that in the scenario number 2, I'm starting to build my network. So I'm starting to be focused on getting 3 new partners to the first star. So after 5 months, I have a problem. Why? Because I only made $50 of personal sale. Because I'm focused on my network, on my first partner. So I miss the $100 target. Commissions pause until I hit the $100 on my first level, and I'm risking of losing my payout this week, the 4th week. But what happened? Happened that my partners or your partner just sold $5,000 with the work that you did. So you know, because you support them, and you know that in your third level, a total sales of $5,000 is made. And you should earn the 8% of Unilevel. So $400 plus maybe matching bonus or potential Infinity Star bonus. So right now you have a total amount of more than $400 at risk. So I sold only $50. And what I can do, I can buy myself, I can buy in the $100 because for me it's convenient. If you don't buy the $100 this week or you're not able to selling, the commission passes to the partner above. You lose the 8% of Unilever. Your matching bonus, you lose the infinity, and the total loss is over $400. But if you buy the $100, you stay active, commission flow, you get the 8%, so meaning $400, you keep the matching bonus, you keep the Infinity Star bonus, and your net profit is more than $300. Because yes, $400 of commission, I spent $100 to stay active this week, and it's always convenient. Third scenario, and this is the last one. You are now a leader with 6 levels depth. And let's say that in your 6th level, a sale of $10,000 is done. The sale is made here on the sixth level. And here we have the actual salesperson that you personally supported during the sale process. So it means that you as a leader, as a 3-star, 4-star, you went down in your network to your sixth level depth and you help them to close the deal. So you spend money on your car, you spend money, I don't know, offering the lounge for the potential client. You spend your time, you invest your time, and what happened? That you are missing the Unilevel bonus in this case. And someone that maybe you never met, inactive partner right now with the old system, they will receive commissions, but not you, because it's the sixth level of Unilevel. You are missing this bonus. And there is someone that you never met, they even don't know that the 10,000 sales is done, but they are going to receive money of your work. So what happened with the new system? Or they sold the $100 in a month, or they buy themselves. So in any case, they generate volume to you. Or if they don't achieve the target, the commission skip them and come straight to you. The inactive partner in the middle get $0. You, the leader that help the downline to close the deal, to have a new client, spending money and whatever, time and energy, you get the commission from levels down because in the middle, partners are inactive. That for you as a leader in the future is going to be a protection. This is a meritocratic. Without the $100 rule, inactive partners in your debt keep collecting. They do zero work, but they keep collecting commission. They leech commission forever. You build their passive income because you are working for them, and system breaks for leaders. With the $100 rule, inactive partner must stay active or lose income. If they are not active, they can choose to pay themselves $100. If they don't pay the $100, commission jump to you. And you get rewarded for the real work. And this system stays absolutely meritocratic. Now, the last point, zero penalty. Your position stays intact. You will never lose the rank that you have achieved. Maybe you skip one payout, but you are 4-star, 1-star, 2-star, you stay. 2nd-star, 2-star. No one will take your star back. Okay? All bonuses continue, so your unlocked percentages will never be downgraded. Poor upside on network. When your structure grows, you earn without downside. So now is your move. $100 every 4 weeks is simple and achievable. If you're not able to achieve it, it's for you more convenient to buy yourself the $100 in the 90% of the cases. Build your network marketing and brings the 3 partners to the 1st-star can generate to you your passive income. Scale to 3rd-star, 4th-star leadership and deep earning with the $100 system. Inactive partners are auto-purged from your debt. The system is designed to reward work, protect leaders, and be meritocratic. And I think that this $100 update is something that every leader, every partner in the world that is working want. Elliot, I hope that was a clear overview. And now back to you. Sorry for the little connection problem.
Well, Ricardo, we're going to forgive you the little connection problem because that was so good, so clear. Everyone can understand that. And you know what I always say, dear partners here in the call, if you didn't understand everything that Ricardo just said, as soon as you start earning commissions, you will understand the compensation plan a lot better. It changes from becoming theoretical to being practical. Oh, that's where that came from. Oh, that's good. Ricardo, you did a great job. And it's good that your uncle introduced you to network marketing, because look at you today. You just did a great training for all of us. Thank you so very much. Ricardo Tadai, everyone. Well done.
Thank you, Elliot. Thank you.
Thank you. So it's my part. And thank you, everyone, for all the positive feedback from the last time, my training on sprouting and sponsoring. You know, we like continuity here in these calls, so I'm going to carry on the theme of cooking. It's going to have something to do with the process. Remember when Omar Tentoni started us off with the process, how to use a new video. We've carried on from there. I'm carrying on again today. Listen, cooking. When I started cooking, I'm going to talk about 3 phases here, okay? First phase, I started cooking. I took all the spices and all the herbs and all the things you could add, and I threw them in there to try and get the taste from whatever it was I was cooking, yeah? Until I realized the spices are just the beginning, yeah? They're not there as the main taste of what you're cooking. They're there to bring out the taste of what you are cooking. First phase. The sponsoring process, the first phase is, I'd really like to get your opinion. Then I send you a video, short one. I'll get back to you to find out what you think, yeah? And then from then, you carry on from there. You have to know who it is you're talking to. You don't want to use all those spices and throw everything at them at the beginning to try and get them out of it. It's a slow process of cooking, of getting the taste out of them. You have to know who you're talking to. And I guarantee you, listen, I'm going to get strict with you tonight. Enough friendly, Elliot. Here I am, getting strict with you. I guarantee you that most of you are giving too much information at the beginning and throwing all the spices at them. Because of all the things that you know, congratulations, you know so much, you've learned so much. 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, before you started, you had no idea about all the things that you're telling them now. And suddenly you're telling them all that stuff and you've become experts. Don't do that. Don't do that. A little bit there at the beginning to awaken interest. And now they're interested. Now you're finding out what they need. So we move on to the second phase. And the second phase of cooking is you have to get all the things ready for what you are cooking. You know, if you're cooking, I'm going to be nice to the Italians here. If you're cooking a spaghetti bolognese, yeah, it's different than if you're cooking an apple pie, or if you're cooking a soup or a salad. Yeah, if you're cooking a salad, you need a glass bowl. But the glass bowl is no good if you're cooking a soup. For soup, you need a nice saucepan, you need a flame to heat it up. This second phase of the process is where you need to know who you are talking to, what they need now in the process. So the sooner you can find out what they want, what they need, what is their main personality characteristic, the better you'll be able to give them what they need. We speak about the 4 basic personalities, yeah? Now, these have been around for thousands of years. 2,000 years ago, they were talking about sanguinic, melancholic, phlegmatic, choleric personalities. In network marketing, you can often hear red, green, blue, yellow as 4 characteristics. As you know, if you've heard me before, and many of you have, I love the sea creatures, whale, shark, dolphin, urchin. I find it easy to give a good example there, yeah? Now, the main thing is that we all have the 4 personalities within us. If you hear any so-called motivational speaker or personal development speaker telling you 1, personality, kind. Don't listen to them anymore because they don't know what they're talking about. We've all got all four, and it's only a question of which one is dominant. Are you more a whale, more a shark, more a dolphin, more an urchin? And where do the others come in the sequence? And the more balanced you are, the better it is in your personality. But 99% of the people have a predominant personality type. So let me run through them again for you briefly. I hope you've read the article on the four personalities and how to pose the question. A whale. A whale. Whale likes helping. Whales live in family pods. Whales look after each other's children. Yeah. Whales dive down deep and go 50 kilometers before they come up for air again. A whale personality in your team is interested in helping. Yeah. So speak to them about the mission. Help to clean up the planet, help to increase your financial situation, create generational wealth, long-term, speak to them about helping. Yeah. Whales will go the distance with you. Whales will help you to have a good harmony in your team. Yeah. But whales sometimes need a little push. Sometimes have to be reminded that you're not here just to help out others all the time. You're here to look after yourself. Your number one priority, build your business. Get going, do something. But you want sharks in your team. You want whales in your team, you want sharks in your team. Because sharks are a good balance for whales. Sharks are a good balance for everyone. All four are a good balance for all of them. Let's talk about the sharks. You know, well, the shark likes money. What is the prize? There's that phrase, isn't there? There's a real shark wants the money. Yeah. You want that. Show them the opportunity. Show them they can be successful. Shark likes to be number one in the ocean. Sharks go hunting. Sharks will bring in lots of partners because they're hunting the partners. Yeah. Show them the opportunity here. Sharks like praise. Sharks like edification. Sharks like to know that they're important. Give them that, because every single partner in your organization is important. Every single partner. You do not know who they know. You might not think they're important. You might think they're not doing very much. They might not have made their $100 a month for 2 months in a row. But what do you know? Suddenly they've sponsored someone. Always be grateful for every single partner you have in your team. Yeah. So sharks are good to have in your team. Be careful they don't take up too much space in your team. Yeah. But sharks and whales are a good balance, just as dolphins are. Dolphins. Oh, the way they swim and they come up and they've got that big smile and they're joyful and they hang out together in big pods and they're very playful. A dolphin, when you're talking to a dolphin, make sure you talk about fun, pleasure, enjoyment. A dolphin. Where's the party? Where can we have some fun here? Yeah, that's a dolphin. And you want them in your team. Now, there's something you have to know about dolphins. We think they're always happy, they're always smiling. You know, when you see them doing tricks in one of those big aquariums and everything. A dolphin swimming free in the ocean lives for around 30 years. A dolphin in captivity in one of those aquariums doing the tricks for you to have pleasure lives around 15 years. Its life expectancy is a half of what it is when it's in freedom. Yeah. So in your team, you want dolphins. Yeah. Just make sure that they concentrate on doing the business. It's not only about having fun and this and that and telling jokes and all this. Make sure that they're doing the business. But you have to be careful not to take away their freedom. You have to find that balance between getting them to be businesslike, but don't take away their freedom, because a dolphin in captivity dies after 15 years instead of 30. Got it? Okay. Urchins. Urchins. You know, an urchin is an interesting creature. An urchin goes from rock to rock down there. Yeah? And it's got two ways of going from rock to rock. One of them is it lets go of its suckers sucking onto the rock or the stone where it is, and it goes with the wave, it floats along to the next rock, and then it stays there again. Or it lets go voluntarily and crawls to the next rock. I think crawling is better because it does about 1 centimeter a minute. It's very slow. It's a very slow creature. So an urchin in your team loves information, facts, figures, statistics. There's a hunger, there's a need for it. Give it to them. This is the time to give them information if they're asking for it. If they're an urchin, that's what you're trying to find out. Yeah. So the good thing about an urchin is they'll keep you on your toes and they'll keep other people on their toes. And when there's a question about this or that, the urchin in your team will have it. Yeah. The negative side is don't let them concentrate on the intellectual side of things. This business is not an intellectual business. This business is a practical business. You phone people, you pique their interest, you try to sponsor them. We're doing something good here. You've got to get them working. Yeah. You need all 4 in your organization, in your network. So now I come to the next thing in this phase, this second phase. And it is, you sometimes hear people saying, I want to duplicate myself in your downline. Yes, we're teaching duplication all the time. What you don't want to do is have people exactly like yourself. I hear some of you saying, I'm going to be strict with you again. I hear some of you saying, I'm looking for people like me. Yeah? No, you don't want people just like you in your team. You're not cloning yourself. Duplication is not about cloning. You're not looking for clones. You're looking for all different kinds of people who can duplicate the system, who can work the system, who understand the process, who get involved. It would be terrible if you just had people like you in your organization. You wouldn't survive. I'm telling you, you would not survive. Yeah. So make sure you understand that difference, study the different characteristics, learn to give people what they need in this second all-important phase of the process. And the third phase is when you're cooking and you've finished cooking and you've eaten, you've had the result, yeah, what do? You clean up the pots and pans, you wash the dishes, yeah. Now, I always told my children, and if you're parents, you might want to think about this, washing the dishes and clearing up the table when you're finished eating is not a punishment. It's not a necessity that you have to do for something that you have done in the past and you've just enjoyed. It is a preparation for the next meal. If you didn't wash the dishes, you'd be eating from dirty plates next time. No one wants that. So, when you finish the process and you've got an answer, a yes or a no, yeah, you've got a customer or a new partner, yeah, review it, a review. You review what you have done. You learned from everything that you've just been through, yeah? You go through it carefully. You clean up your instruments for the next process that's coming along. That is important, yeah? And those were my 3 phases of comparing cooking to the sponsoring process. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll take it to heart, because what I'm telling you is really important for you to be successful, and that's what we want. So I just spoke about duplication. Let's talk about personal development. Every time in these calls, we get onto the duplication process, we get onto the personal development process, and I want to bring in someone now who knows a lot about both of them. As a proud Englishman, we have just enjoyed 2 weeks of the best, greatest tennis tournament in the world, Wimbledon. And there were 2 winners in the singles. On the Saturday, the women, the ladies, and on the Sunday, the men. And I'm going to ask someone to speak to you now who was a tennis trainer. Now, some of you might have heard of a ladies champion, 1997 single champion, Martina Hingis, 16 years old. And when she was 12 years old, this next speaker was her tennis coach. Even the Reba brothers, Luis and Tony, grew in respect for this next speaker when they heard that, when I told them that, because that's important. That's like, what's that like? That's like, you know, meeting the person who taught Beyonce how to sing and dance when she was 12 years old. Yeah, that's how good this person must be. Now, if they're good at that, imagine how good they are at network marketing. Well, this guy's really good. I've seen him go to the top in different companies. He's our 6-star, and he's a great guy. And I'm happy to hand over to the one and only Jean-Luc Bay. Over to you, my friend.
Oh, thank you so much, Elliot. So many memories, long years now. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. And yes, I think today, for me, it's an important training I want to make, because for me is one of the most important. I want to explain finally why sport make me have some success in network marketing, and all is exactly the same. Finally, you can see we have, the training Wheel of Success, all that. I think Wheel of Success me is the ADN of our business. Even in 10 years, even if we go to the moon with our car, it will be exactly the same. Finally, the ADN of that. In the Wheel of Success, there is a part of ups and down. Okay, and for me, this is for the success, the most important part of if we have a success or not. It will be the most important, especially when times are difficult for you, for your family, I don't know, a lot of things for the company too. And of course, we have this up and down. And it's all the time like this. And all the people who manage exactly how to go through the up and down will have the success, for sure. And I was lucky, when I started playing tennis when I was young, 11, I have no coach. Just my father say, okay, you cannot play rugby so long time, because it was my favorite sport, but I have a problem with legs. And they say, you're going to play tennis. And I say, no, I don't want to play tennis. Okay, but I love sport. And I started. I have no coach. No, I learn myself. I teach myself, and I spend hours and hours and hours eating against the wall with a wood racket, with no strings, hours and hours. And I imagine making some matches, something like that. And for me, I have another steps now, another level. And when I was 14, I saw the best guys in my age, the same age, who was number 1, number 2, number 3, and was alone. Just my mother drive me to some tournaments for young, and I was alone, and I see all the people against, how are you, my friend? I was alone. And finally, because I have a passion, because I have a vision, because I was alone, have no coach again. Okay, I said I will be there. I want to be like them. Okay, and without knowing that the things I did was really good. Okay, and finally I go and was better than them. Okay, many tournaments in my life. I have I think a high level in France, and finally my parents cannot pay me so much time, tournaments, hotel, and this, and I need to earn money, to have a job. So I decided to be tennis coach. Okay, very young, 20 years old. in full time because I need to earn money. My father and mother have no money. Okay. And at this moment, it was so special because I have the experience of all my young girls' time, okay, how to have success. And I have this very young. So that's why I was patient in coaching. And the same I was the same patient from playing tournaments and playing tennis. I have the same patient to coach the others, and I want them to have success, to achieve their goals and that. Okay, but the thing is, I knew how to explain to them how to do because I knew how to do. So and what you can see now when I started network marketing again, I told you my story, but I don't want to tell you again this story. When I signed my first company, I didn't know the network marketing exists. I didn't know how to do, but I knew I will have success. Believe me, it's true, 100 true, because I knew how to have success. I know how to do to be the best. Okay, and sport for me is the best things to have success in network marketing. You can see Luis, a tennis coach too, the same. Okay, why this guy make 5 stars very, very, very fast? Why Igor was the incredible sport guy? He's 5-star now, and a lot of people. Okay, I don't want to say all the people. There is. I know so much people in France who was in network marketing before. Okay, who was a very, very fast success, and there is a reason of that. There is 3 reasons. The first reason is the mindset. Second reason is the discipline and the routine. And the third reason is repetition and perseverance. These 3 things are the most important. Mindset, why? Whether you succeed or fail, keep going. You can imagine if Luis, me, or the others, because I lost 1 match, I lost 2 match, I lost 3 match, and I say, oh, okay, I bend down. Okay, finish. No, I fail, I continue. This is one of the most important things. You need to have a strong mindset, what you do in network marketing, because you have so many loss, many downs. And if you go through that, you will abandon. Loss is the same as inaction for a lot of people. You need to put that in your head. I will have loss. I know that. My will of success, they explain that. Okay, it's normal. It's not you. It's all the people. It's exactly the same. Okay, and learn from every setback. What I can do to make progress. I am in the same level. I don't want to achieve another level. Okay, learn for that. Ask to your coach, a mentor, upline, why in Corsair Connect you make the good things, you have the attitude, you have the mindset, but you stay like this. Ask him. I'm very happy. Yesterday, one partner in my team sent me a message. I know she's there. Okay, send me a message and say, Jean-Luc, please, can I take some minutes about you because I want, my organization is not good, and if you can help me. I say, of course. She want to excuse herself. No, I say, of course, we're going to talk together. Okay, so ask, learn about why you stay in the same level. Okay. Second thing, discipline and routine. Every sport people, every week they know how to do. They know when they're training, the day of training, the day of footing, the day of that and that. They know before. If I'm in a town, the rugby is the most important. I know the training is the Monday, Tuesday, is Wednesday, and the others they know all that because I know some of them, okay? And they say, no, tomorrow I cannot fishing, and I cannot because I have my training. They have a calendar. You should have your calendar. In the same time, this is business plan. Okay, we talk about business plan. Every week, even if you are in down, if all is not good for you, you should continue to do that. That makes the difference. The little percentage make the difference, okay? So have a weekly training schedule. And third, repetition and discipline. That's important. Do you think I made only 30 serve in tennis all my life? When I made a match, 30 serve before. It's impossible. Thousand and thousand and thousand of hours and hours how to serve, how to make forehand, backhand, thousand all the time. Exactly the same. Make 100 of presentation. Make a training before, make at the beginning when you start network marketing Corsair Connect. You should be able to make a presentation in the next 15 days. Okay, so make a training every day. Make your presentation in front of you, training about that. Hundreds and hundreds. It's like this. How many people I saw when they start in the network marketing, 5 years after, they talk in front of thousands of people in an event. They cannot speak about in front of 10 person when they started, because they were training and training and training. That's really important. Do exactly the same every time. When you are extremely tired, we can have, when you work, you have your job. In the same time, you have Corsair Connect. And the ups and downs, you are down. And you can say, oh, now at this moment, I'm tired. People say no. The company said we have a big announcement. Finally, the announcement, it didn't arrive. A lot of things about that. I tell you, really experience I had. My first company, Elliott, was one of the best in the world in this company. You know about this company, okay? They launched, and all the people in France and all over the world was so excited with that. They launched the video phone, okay? It was the first video phone we can put on internet and call others who have the same video phone all over the world. We are so excited. 8 months after, a lot of people said, but we have Skype, but Skype is different. What happened? Apple iPhone arrived. Oh, it's so easy. It's better than the video phone. How you can imagine we feel, we can say, wow, how can you do now? The company is going down and down and down. But finally, it was nothing. It was just a little things, because other things happened. This company still exists after 30 years. It's like this. It's a big travel with easy times and difficult times. But if you have your three things: mindset, discipline, routine, and perseverance, you will have that. And so that's why when I learned alone tennis, I have a big success in tennis. Okay, I was so happy when I started, because I knew I will have success, because I say myself, I'm going to follow the exactly same rule that I made before. And I think Luis can say exactly the same about what I said. I know he knows that, and Igor and the big people. And Andrea, I talk about Andrea. How many sports this guy make? Okay, because he knows he loves to do this. He has a passion. Of course, he will be very good in the sports because he has a passion.
Yeah, but not volleyball. Not volleyball
and football, especially in this moment. But in tennis, they are good.
Italians play football.
Okay, so I finished myself. I wanted to give you from my heart that, but for me, what I say today is one of the most important things I can explain to other people. Thank you.
You did great, Jean-Luc. Really appreciate you. Fantastic. Thank you so much. We're moving on, everyone. This is a great call. So you heard me mention the name Beyonce before. You know, she goes just by the name Beyonce. Everyone knows who we mean when we say Beyonce. Do you know she's got another name? Do you know her name is Beyonce Knowles? It doesn't really matter because there's no Beyonce. We have someone amongst us, a fantastic example for all the ladies in the team. But gentlemen, you can also learn a lot from her. And all I have to do is say one name, never mind about her other name. When I say a name, everyone knows I'm about to introduce to you the continuity in our Triple C calls. Here comes the book recommendation. I'm introducing to you 2024 Global Partner of the Year, a leading light here, just as her name says. One name, Lumina.
Hi, everyone. Okay, you can hear me great. All is fine? Perfect. Thank you, Elliot. Thank you, everyone, for all the explanation you've been giving and sharing before. And Jean-Luc, that was very, very inspirational. Okay, I want to talk to you about Tony Robbins. If you guys don't know who's Tony Robbins, please go and check. And please listen to him because he's one of the best coach ever. I love his attitude. I love the way he teaches us the things and breaks it down to very simple things. And the basic of Tony Robbins, he comes from a very poor family and had very hard time at the beginning. So he learned himself how to thrive, how to get better, how to succeed. Today, this guy has billion euros or dollars companies, but helping people, that's his purpose. And in 1991, he started a trust and he's giving on Thanksgiving because of his own story. On Thanksgiving, he's distributing this book to people. At the same time, he's bringing them food to the ones who don't have food. And not from a friend. It's in French, it's like 110 pages. It's like, look at this. Super small. You see that? And this one is like everything what Jean-Luc just told you also. You know, it's just like a step by step. What are the 11 things that you need to keep in mind and know and realize for you to succeed in life in general? And you will understand how you actually really read it. Why? Because when you will read it, you will realize that some of it you already do. And please celebrate everything that you already do. And then you will realize that maybe some of it you can get better at it. So there is one, for example, we were speaking about success. So it's like, you know, how we say, a failure is not a failure. It's never a failure. This is what he says. And it's like for us, a no is not a failure in network marketing. And I love that. It's like success is the fruit of good judgment. Good judgment is the fruit of experience. Experience is often the fruit of mistake in judgment. So you remember that actually, you know, it's like there is no failure. You know, there might be some mistake on the way, but that helps you get better. And that is very important to remember. He's the best positive coach I know, the way he is. And that's everything what Elliot is already teaching us, what Andrea is already teaching us, what Jean-Luc is already teaching us, because actually this is your attitude. He also speaks, for example, the vocabulary. Instead of saying, yeah, when somebody asks you, how do you feel? Yeah, I'm good. You know, you say like, I'm fabulous. I'm doing super great, you know, and you just go for the words you want to obtain. You want to be in the state, because one thing it really teaches us is that not only the environment has influence on us, but we do have influence on the environment. And actually our physiology can change our attitude and our action to the world. So when you feel down, you move. You know, like really you get energetic. So before you go for a presentation, or when you are scared to talk to someone, or you have to pick up the phone, you know, and you feel a bit down, you just stand and you make some yeses, you know, and you will please not how do you feel? before you do the yeses theory on a 0 to 10 scale. Like if I feel not so good, okay, maybe I'm more close to like I feel super down, I am 2, you know. But if you feel good, maybe you're an 8. And then do some yeses. And you will see your physiology is changing. So please read this book because there are like so many steps. I wanted to tell you all of them, but actually I want you to read the book, so I won't tell you all of them. The thing is that everything you're going to learn in that is really useful in network marketing. Your attitude, the perseverance, the plan, what Jean-Luc was just saying, you need to have a schedule. Actually, you can plan because when you have a specific goal, you exactly know where to go. If you throw an arrow, or let's say even a boat, look at a boat sailing, no? And if you're just like giving the direction not so straight, then you don't go exactly to the goal. So take decision, real decision, understand what it is like. I want to succeed. I want to become a 1-star. And what does it mean? And break it down. Read this book, enjoy it. Thank you for giving me the space to share. Elliot, I'm giving you back the microphone. Thank you, Elliot, for being such a great host. Enjoy the call, guys.
Thank you, Lumina. You did a great job. As always, thank you so very much indeed. Tony Robbins, get the book, everyone. It's going to help you. 2 Secrets to Success in Network Marketing, Duplication and Personal Development. And in case you haven't noticed, we speak about it every single time in these CCC calls. And it is now my pleasure to move on to the next speaker. I mentioned before, I'm just thinking about this actually. I mentioned before, Beyonce, one name, Lumina, one name, all of those of you who are in Helsinki, what a great time we had there, or have seen videos from there, know that I introduced the next speaker by saying this, the most important Italian words that you have to learn if you're in Corsair Connect is dottore. Yeah. If you don't know who I mean when I say dottore, then, dear friends, you're not in the right Telegram channels, you're not in the right trainings, you don't look at the YouTube videos. I'm not going to say his name. It's up there for you to read when I introduce him, but let me welcome to the call dottore.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Elliot, and thank you to all the people connected tonight in this Corsair Connect community call. Always a pleasure to be here. Always a pleasure to share idea and to listen to different people.
Always a pleasure to have you here, fit and healthy when you haven't played volleyball and got yourself injured. Your kid. Yes, we mentioned it before. I've got to tell you again. Now then, Andrea, before I ask you what you'd like to speak to us about this evening, something I have to mention. It must have been a great pleasure for you before to listen to Ricardo. So I mentioned his uncle. Now, Ricardo, I know his mother. She's a lovely lady. I know his grandmother, wonderful woman. Yeah, it's this uncle I'm worried about. He's got a bad reputation. Do you know this guy? Who is this uncle?
Ricardo? I don't know this uncle. The one is from Pesaro, if I don't mistake. No, I think it's from Pesaro.
Where you live?
Yeah, where I live. Yeah.
Where you live?
I only listen bad things about this guy.
Me too. Me too. I wouldn't have him on the call.
Yeah. No, you will never have him. No, that doesn't make any sense. No.
Couldn't have him. Yeah. Okay. In case you don't know, everyone, Ricardo's uncle is Andrea Cherio, who also goes by the name of Dottore. So you did a good thing there.
And he's a good guy. He follow me.
He's a good guy. At last, a good guy in the family, hey? So
yeah. But he followed me from when he was I don't know 12, 13. When I did the training in my network, he always come because he want to listen. He like this network marketing, always.
I understand this. The child of mine who has been really successful in network marketing, she was exactly the same when she was 12 or 13. She used to come to my trainings, sit in the front row, take notes and everything. They're the good ones, yeah. But I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you've got a very important topic. Second half of 2026, why is it going to be important? over to you. Tell us, please.
Listen, Elliot, in this moment, really, especially in these weeks, I'm really excited. No, as you know, let me just jump back to my last training in English. You know, I do my training in Italian, in Spanish, and English every week, the same topic, so to follow my network with the same way. And last Tuesday, the topic was how to build and maintain a sales network. I want just to share with you two slides because this is connected to the topic I want to my real topic. There are different rules for building and sustaining a network over the time, and I started with this first one. This was the first rule. So believe in what you do before you want to convince some other people. Why is important? People can sense if you really believe. People can sense if you have doubts. The people can understand everything. When you speak, if you are not convinced about Corsair Connect, about Corsair, what we do and the regulation and the future, and the people will understand immediately. If you believe and have conviction, they will be curious. This is what always happened to me. When I speak about what I do, the people get immediately curious. If you have doubts, they will be afraid and they will never follow you. So the topic of last week, the first point, the first rule is, so if you really want to start the right way, bridge the gaps left by doubt and fill them with elements that provide certainty and clarity. So this means that if you want to convince people, if you want to believe that people believe in you, and if you want that they don't have doubt, you must learn, you must study. This is very important. We must study. And now, why I wanted to speak with you regarding this? Because now I go to the real topic. Because, ladies and gentlemen, something crazy is happening all around the world. I have to tell you something very, very nice. Okay, let's study because everything is new. The chemical recycling is something new. The plastic credit is something new. The network marketing, we are the only network marketing in the world, is new. So we need to study and we need to understand what we do. You know, I love the sentence that the CEO told some months ago in a global call, or in this Corsair Connect community call. He told, we are inventing this business every day. And really, I love this sentence because for real, we are inventing this business every day in the chemical recycling, in the plastic credit, in the network. We are inventing. And of course, listen to me. I want to be honest with you tonight. We make a lot of mistakes. I speak we like leaders. Even the company make mistakes sometimes, of course. But you know what I always repeat in the last 32 years of my life? You know who are the ones who never make mistakes? The ones who never do nothing. So this is why sometimes I don't like when people criticize what we do, the company. You know, today when I see people criticize what the Corsair is doing with the good things and the thing that we can improve, you know what I say to these people? If you think you can do better, please leave Corsair and create your company. Create your Corsair. Show me how good you are. Because with the word, everyone is the best one. But then when you go in the field, it's much more complicated to build a company like Corsair. And let me tell you this. I have a lot of things tonight. I try to run because we are really late, as always. And the last speaker, always they have to run. I can only tell you that when I speak about what we do, everyone go crazy. This is what happened to me every day. When I speak about Corsair, everyone go crazy. I don't know why. Now, let me tell you a story. I have a very good friend of mine. He's a diplomatic. from 40 years now. He is the guy who invited us 3 years ago to the European Parliament in Rome. And now we are planning again another second time in the European Parliament in October, only for the Corsair. As you know, in Italy, we were attacked, okay, some years ago from the authority, especially me, for nothing, because we are a real company, everything is working. And now I am organizing a lawyer because I want to make an action against the ones who attack me. So I'm looking for a lawyer. And this very good diplomatic, my friend, he introduced me to a very important lawyer. He's a professor in a university, and listen to me now. He's a CEO of a company who make 70, 80 billions every year in turnover. So we had a fast call, 10 minutes, where I explained to him, I was me, my friend, and this lawyer, this professor, what is Corsair? 10 minutes. Listen, you know what happened one day after? Because he's a very important man. He's 62 years. One day after, you know who called to this lawyer? The Italian Minister of Environment, personally, and asked to him, listen, they are very good friends. Can you present me some project, some sustainable, some good project in the sustainability? I spoke with him one day before, and he spoke about Corsair and plastic credit. And the Minister of the Environment, I want to repeat you, the Italian Minister of the Environment he liked the idea of what we are doing. So this professor invite me in a lunch. We stay 2 hours in a lunch. I explain, and we spoke even today. We are creating a very good feeling, personal and professional. And I explain what we do, the Corsair, the plastic credit. And then this was on Saturday. On Monday, he told me, okay, I bring in some material. Okay, I will let you know. On Monday, his director for new project called me. I did a Zoom with the director of this company for new project. He get excited. I did our presentation. Half an hour, I did the presentation we use in our system, in the Corsair Day. He was excited. And I can tell you who is this company. I can tell you. I can tell you they make 70, 80 billions every year in turnover. And from 2001, and you know who is the owner of this company? The Italian government, directly with the Minister of the Economy, Italian. And they have a platform. They work with energy, with the carbon credit, with the white certificate, and they are connected with the same platform in all the European countries. So, just to tell you, and now they are working because they want to put in this platform the CSR plastic credit. Now, listen to me. I don't know what I told to some people. I don't know what will happen. I don't know. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe we only a conversation. Maybe we will do nothing. I don't know. But they are really interesting to insert the CSR in their platform. But why I told you this story and why I started with that training I did, you need to be convinced, you need to be sure about what you do. Because if you study, if you are a part of Corsair Connect, you must study about what we are doing. Because the world of the chemical recycling, especially in Europe, I'm studying a lot in this month, especially in Europe, the plastic credit, all over the world, all the philosophy, all the legislation, all the company, they are coming to Corsair. So when you study about what we are doing, you can't have doubts. If you have doubt, it's because you are not studying. You don't know what we are doing. This is my opinion. And if you speak with the people, and if you are not convinced about what you do, trust me, no one will follow you. I don't know why. With all the people I speak, everyone tell me, Andrea, give me your phone. everyone, everyone. If you speak with people and the people don't follow you, maybe you're not convinced. Maybe you need to study a little bit more. You need to understand what we are doing, because what we are doing is a global revolution. And again, Elliot, I don't know if something will happen, but I will keep you updated, because this is the most important conversation I did from the really beginning in this project. The huge conversation. I never spoke personally with a man who deal with 70, 80 billion dollar euro every year. So thank you very much, Elliot.
Yes. Yeah, great job, Andrea. And get some of that magic. It's always good to speak to people like that, because it rubs off on you, that energy that they have, that possibility that they have. You keep us updated,
Absolutely.
and we're going to give you as much time as you want. I just want to remind you all that it's really important what Andrea's been saying, what we've all been saying this evening. Ricardo, I hope my training, Jean-Luc, Lumina now, Andrea. You know I love mirror quotes. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. Yeah. If you fail, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I've got a new one I want to share with you, which fits into exactly what we've all been saying this evening. And it goes like this. Yeah. It's impossible to know everything before you start, but it is possible to start before you know everything. Take that to heart, because that's what we're talking about this evening. So let's carry on. We're coming to the high point of our triple C calls with respect to all the other speakers who have spoken here tonight. Carrying on with the one name thing here, Andrea just gave me the one name now. I often introduce our next speaker as the visionary, but we've had this evening, we've had Beyonce, we've had Lumina, we've had Dottore. I'm about to introduce the inventor. I usually say the visionary. Tonight, I'm saying the inventor. It's over to our one and only CEO, Jussi Saloranta. Jay, good evening. Welcome.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much once again for the invitation, for the call. Great to see all of you guys there, and thank you very much for all the previous speakers. I know that we're running already over the scheduled time, so I'm going to run through with you guys a few updates and a few important topics before we call it the night. First of all, as has been said, we have just now obviously started the second half of the year 2026. First half has gone very quickly. I think you guys can agree with me on that. But I do believe that this will actually become some of the most progressive, most effective, and the most exciting 6 months in the history of the company. All these things that we're going to start to see now leading for the second half of this year is going to be very, very exciting. Now, recently, there's been a number of new regulations happening, and Andrea spoke about this, and it was mentioned earlier there. And this is something that I would like you guys to keep your eyes on. And we are sharing on the social media more articles about the topics as they are now evolving. But there has never, and I really focus on this, there has never before been a better time to be in our business than right now. Because the regulations that are happening all over the world right now, and it's all coming together, is just supporting our work from every single direction. We just now saw the ban for the export of plastic waste from European Union finalized, and it will now become effective in November. It means that, for example, Germany, that last year exported more than 800 million kilos of plastic, will now have to have those plastics processed within the European Union. European Union still today exports an estimated 2.5–3 billion kilos of plastic waste every year outside of the EU countries. And now with the new regulations, those plastics will have to be sorted and recycled within European Union. The reality is that there is no recycling capacity for it. We also saw recently that despite of everybody's assumption that the plastic pollution or the plastic usage in Europe is reducing, but instead the latest studies coming directly from the European Parliament showed that the amount of plastic production and the amount of plastic pollution in Europe in the last 10 years has increased by about 11%. So all of these things that we've thought about, banning the plastic straws and doing this, no, guys, the problem for us Europeans is not only out there in the developing countries, in the poor countries around the world like Asia and Africa, Middle East, Latin America. No, the problem is very much in Europe as well. And now with these restrictions where countries can no longer export their plastic, it has to be sorted out in Europe, which is exactly the right thing to do. The challenge is that there is not enough recyclers available in Europe. What does that mean? That means that our operations, especially in Finland, which are now basically after the next summer months, we're expecting right now, looking at the month of late August, September, will now enter into commercial operations, commercial production, is coming at the absolutely perfect time. And we can expect more and more and more government support from every aspect and area of our operations because Europe needs this solution now more than ever. On top of that, I was extremely delighted just a couple of days ago to read an article from Reuters, which was the first mainstream media to actually talk about this. As we know, in many Scandinavian Nordic countries, for example, we are burning a lot of the plastics. We talk about the efficiency of incineration, basically burning the plastics, burning the other household waste. Now, for the first time, it has been also published in mainstream media that the European Union is now coming with the regulation and they will begin to put a higher tax on the incineration of the plastic garbage in Europe. And that regulation will basically mean exactly what we've been speaking for the last years, that first it will become more and more expensive to burn the plastics, and eventually it will be banned completely. This means that, again, more plastic is entering into the space where it has to be recycled. And today, Corsair, not only in Asia, not only worldwide, but especially in Europe, we are today one of the only companies that can actually show solid proof that our operations meets every single European environmental standard. With the recent REACH certificate that we received, we have yet again proved that all of our operations are done without any compromise when it comes to quality, safety, and environment. And now, us moving into commercial operations also in Finland, we're going to see a lot of interesting development happening in Europe. So these regulations, additionally to what Andrea explained about the regulations which will now, for the first time, truly start putting pressure on companies in Europe on how they deal with their plastic packaging and plastic waste and how this is going to directly impact the CSR plastic credit is another fantastic regulation. It's like all of these things are just coming. It's like piling up, okay? And I don't want to make these calls to sound like we are like some update news about what's happening with the governments. But guys, tell me the last time that you have been part of a business where every time when there's a new government regulation, it's a reason to celebration. Because usually in every business, whenever there's a new regulation, it means that, it's going to make our work harder. Oh, we have to change this, we have to do this, we have to do this. No, in our case, we hear about a new regulation. Great. That means that all the things that we've been talking over the last years are all happening right now. Now, very quickly before we finish off, we have started oil shipments to our new major international oil and gas petrochemical partner. We've sent them already now 2 shipments. Next one is leaving again next week. We're now basically shipping over product for them every 2 weeks. This is very, very exciting for a number of reasons. Obviously, it means that we are putting a lot of effort, and that has really been over the last couple of months, that has really been our main focus from the management team, is to now drive the industrial operations higher and scale them up to where we want them to be. And these are going to have a significant impact now for the buyback program. You will see once those start to hit in, once the payments are coming in from the shipments that we're doing now every 2 weeks, they're going to start to hit also on the market and on the buyback accounts. So that's something we'll be announcing them when they happen, so you don't need to check them yourself. But that's something interesting that's definitely happening. Now, finally, it is 3:30 for me here in the morning. I am happy to say that I arrived today to the island of Borneo, which is the 3rd largest island in the world, and in the area of Sarawak, which is part of Malaysia. And the reason why I'm here is that we have been invited by a committee, including the local, regional, and national government of Malaysia, together with a major public companies and financial institutions, to take part in a delegation here on the island with the mission of how we can help to solve the plastic waste problem on the island. I will be tomorrow touring together with the government delegation some of the landfills over here, and kind of a similarly what Andrea said earlier there. The people that are now calling us, and I haven't posted about this, but we had a very, very impressive government delegation visiting us in Bangkok 2 weeks ago, coming to see our operations there and the factory there, and now we are now visiting them over here. And I would say that if this trip goes well, which I hope it will go over the next couple of days, this will probably lead into the single most important partnership that we have ever created during the history of the company. So fingers crossed, guys. Let's see how this goes. But as you can see, we are definitely on the spotlight. We are doing the right things. All the predictions that we've said in the past of what's going to happen internationally, where this is all going to go, it's all coming into reality. And if it's all because of manifestation, if it's because of us being somehow able to see the future, or just common sense of understanding that this problem of plastic waste needs to be sorted, and it needs to be sorted now. Whatever it is, we are in the right place at the right time, and I can say this is going to be a fantastic next 6 months. Thanks a lot very much, guys, and we'll speak again soon. Back to you, Elliot.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. It's always such a pleasure to have you on these calls, because you manage always to bring another level of excitement and celebration and good news after we've had such a great training. So I'm going to say thank you to you, thank you to all the speakers, Ricardo, Jean-Luc, Lumina, Andrea. Shout out to our technicians, Winston and Brendan, to our interpreters. Thank you to everyone. And thank you to all of our Corsair Connect partners for sticking with us so long. We didn't lose any people, even though we went over the time. So it must have been an interesting and good call. Until the next one, have a great time, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye for now.